Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown, Chapter 3. I've smoked too much. But anyways, in the previous episode, Shinku and Lyra, they had a little sleepover, they had fun together, they kind of tried to kill each other at some point, things happened. But we stopped, we learned that actually murder is not good, and the two of them lived to see the next day. Where we left off, I believe, I kind of closed my eyes and glimpsed, because I didn't want to be spoiled, but I'm pretty sure we're going back into another breakdown session. The interviewer is coming to ruin someone's career, and I wonder who it's going to be. A part of me hopes it's Lyra, because if it is Lyra, that means it can debunk the interviews happening chronologically as the events play out, because Lyra's currently in our room, and if someone broke into our room, presumably we would see it. The same applies with if it's Shinku's interview. However, considering Shinku is the main character, I doubt we're seeing his interview until near the very end of the chapter. So if we rule out Shinku and Lyra, and we rule out Laura and Ismene, because we've seen those two, we've seen three people: Fu, Asuka, and Zeke. I'm leaning towards it being Zeke, mostly because one, Fu is kind of part of the killing game, so, well, presumably part of the killing game, so if they did his interview now, that would kind of throw away that illusion. And Asuka is kind of the other quote-unquote main character, at least one of the more prevalent characters in the game right now, and she's in the two-parter daily life on the YouTube channel. Asuka is the character on the second half with her interview, so I'm assuming hers is going to be late in the game as well. I'm assuming the final three are going to be Shinku, Asuka, and Fu in that order. But considering we're in Lyra, I'm guessing we're going to have Zeke next and then Lyra tomorrow night. But let's find out if I'm correct. Are we going to see Zeke's breakdown? Are we going to be talking about Mint again? Is Zeke's ever going to appear? Huh. Shinku. That is not what I expected. Good thing I closed my eyes, because that would have really baffled me. I wonder if this is the end of the part 1 of daily life then. If so, God, I've spent like 7 episodes on the first half of this, and the second half is double length. Oh God, that's kind of terrifying to think about. But anyways, the curious case of Shinku Kutsuki, tape 4. This is not what I expected. Shinku, what's going on? Please make your case for the jury.
I went through my
Me when I'm
life
talking to
thinking
you.
I was a good person.
I once again forgot that this would be voice, but I reiterate what I said. Shinku, look me in the eyes when I'm speaking to you. Don't be looking at your hands. Learn upon. Eyes up, face smiling. Don't look so disinterested in this conversation.
I was special, sure, but I always tried to be modest.
Yes, I was special, but I didn't let other people know that. Special because you're an honor.
I was just happy to be an easy child, to not cause any trouble. It felt good to be praised. I was very content with my life. The only thing I had to worry about back in those days were deadlines. I lived a very simple life.
A very simple life with a very unordinary talent. You were blind.
I want to go back to that sort of life sometimes.
Okay. Are we high? What is this? What even is this face? I don't know what this expression is implying.
It's a lot easier being a little kid. Things made more sense. People made more sense. These days it feels like nothing seems to work out for me, which is strange because I'm not doing anything different. I'm doing what I've always done, what I thought was good behavior.
I will say once again, I have noticed that Shinku once again has ginormous shoulders. Similarly to Ismene, he would also be able to beat me up apparently. I didn't expect that, but by God, those shoulders are ginormous. I mean, I'm trying to remember ALLLL's interview. I don't actually had huge shoulders like this. I'm pretty sure this only began last time with Ismene, so I'm not sure why ALLLL doesn't have the privilege of having such respectable broad shoulders. Because you needed to grow.
I did. I became an adult. I think I'm fairly well adjusted.
We saw the first scene in the beginning of the prologue. You in your bed crying. That was not well adjusted. Let's be honest. You're not moved out.
My parents wanted to support me. They didn't want me to suffer. So maybe that's why suffering so much now hits so much harder.
How How narrow-minded.
Maybe everyone feels this much pain. I don't know. It's always hard to tell. Everyone's so different. But everything just piles up on me all at once, and I don't know what to do about it. Perhaps that's why I sympathize so much with Dr. Elenius or Asuga. Sometimes I just want to take the easiest option that'll save me from as much pain as possible, no matter the consequences. That's why I burnt the pin. I was scared. I didn't want to face my truth. I didn't want to get in trouble.
I mean, we all kind of assumed that. We all knew the reason you burnt the pin and betrayed Ismene's trust is because you wanted to keep everything as a standard quo, and you wanted to find the easiest solution where nobody would find out about your true intentions, nor would you have to hurt anybody around you. And you thought the easiest solution was to burn the pin and hope no one ever found out. But I think you need to learn that really sometimes there's never an easy solution, and sometimes you just need to bite the bullet and take the hard way out. You were running.
No, I was just doing what everyone else would do.
No, does it mean you burned the pin, Shinku? She herself admitted that her dare that day was to burn the pin, and she did not burn the pin. So you're just lying to yourself. You were running.
Fine, maybe I was. Everyone would. No one would want to have to face that. I just wanted to keep on living.
Because your struggles are clearly so much more dire than Ismene's. I understand why you do it, but I'm not understanding why you're trying to tell yourself that everyone would do this when objectively that is just not true. You couldn't face reality.
Of course I couldn't. It was awful. You don't have any idea how guilty I felt about it for weeks now. How could anyone even keep breathing, living, functioning with that on their back? It was impossible for me to keep going if I just kept thinking about it.
You're hiding.
I did what I had to keep living, to not just rot away and die. Maybe Dracul and Molly have the right idea all along. What's so wrong about running away from a reality as painful as this?
You know.
I don't care where it leads me. I'd rather be comfortable for a little bit and then dragged down to hell than have to face that pain every day. I just wanted things to be easier again, simpler again. I wanted my old life back. Why can't everything be as simple as that? Why can't people be simple? I don't want to have to think I wanted
love.
I just wanted to be cared about.
You crave love. You crave validation. You crave warmth.
Is that such a bad thing? It's just human to not want to be alone.
Because you cannot give those things to yourself.
Because there's nothing in me to love. There's nothing good about me.
If you hate yourself, you cannot love.
But I want to be told I'm worth something, that I did the best I can.
If you hate yourself, you cannot trust others.
Why not? Why can't it just be easy? How am I meant to care about myself? No one else could even stand to be around me.
You cannot trust them not to leave.
Because they always do. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter how I act, I just lose people. If they don't die or betray me in some way, they just end up leaving me down the line. I'm the reason for everything that happened to Akari. Mint dropped dead. Dracul murdered him. Despite having people here for him in the prison, he still murdered him. Molly was going to do better. We were going to become better people together, but she was taken from me before I got the chance. No matter what I try with Ismene, I've completely ruined things with her, and she can't even look me in the eyes these days.
Okay, I'm trying to be I've been trying to be quiet because I'm trying to enjoy this scene right now. But from what we've seen in this daily life, you've done nothing with her. The closest you've got to doing something is thinking it in your head, then saying like, want to get breakfast, and then the second closest time you got to is when she ran to you after one of the morning meetings and started complaining to you without really thinking. And then she ran away. Obviously, there's a time skip between each daily life and daily life, but from what I've seen, you haven't really made any attempts so far. So I don't know what you might do no matter what I try with Ismene.
And if Ichi doesn't already secretly hate me, there's no way he'll look at me the same after my crime comes out. I'm completely alone no matter what. So what's even the point of trying if I'm just going to get hurt in the end?
Because you think there's nothing about you worth staying for.
I don't know what's wrong with me. How can I expect others to understand me, to connect with me, to find something worth anything in me? I can't even understand myself. But I keep searching for it every time. Someone to fill in the gaps. Easy validation as a band-aid solution so I can convince myself I wasn't so bad. But I'm a fool in the end. Because now everyone's left. Now there's no one to do that for me. I'm miserable. I hate myself.
Other people can't give you happiness.
I just want to be happy.
You have to find it yourself. You know, this is probably the wrong time to bring this up, but for some reason, my closing thoughts on that was remembering that in chapter 2, Shinku jumped into the pond and got Akari's eyes, I believe. I can't remember the three things we're going to get for it, but I'm wondering if that's going to come back into this chapter. I feel like it has to, because in chapter 1, when we first saw her in her room and we ran after her in the mirror, we got her body, or was it her thoughts? I can't remember what it was. But we have to get the third thing that she wanted us to retrieve in this chapter probably, and once we do that, our crime is going to probably be revealed soon after. But yeah, not really much to say other than what's already been said. It's so quiet. What's up, guys? I woke up the next morning. Last night was mostly a blur. I remembered I'd help Lyra get back to her cell after everything, but I couldn't recall how long she'd been in mine for. Okay, so originally, I was going to be like, oh my god, so that finally proves it. The interviews are not happening in chronological order. They're not following the events of the story. They're probably just happening at the end of the chapter. But no, considering how Shinku commented last night was a blur, and that he had Lyra go back to her cell in the middle of the night, that probably is meant to allude to the fact that Shinku was pulled out of his cell last night after Lyra left, and that interview did happen last night. So that also shows to me that Alora's agitated response to Zeke that morning when she said, Lyra's pills would be easy to misplace, probably was her still being shaken up by the interview if she could remember it, but we can't remember it, so I'm not sure if she would. I'm just trying to make excuses for her. But yeah, that also means that just because you get an interview doesn't mean that you're going to be safe at the end of the chapter. So, Alora's meaning, I'm sorry to say, but you're back on the top block. I guess the same for Shinku, but I don't think he's gonna die because main character privilege. I just remember a lot of crying, a lot of raw emotions, and a lot of realizations. But despite my sleep deprivation and hunger, I knew I'd been assigned to do breakfast this morning and had to get up. I made my way to the canteen. It wasn't as odd for the prison to be quiet these days, but it was a little eerie having the halls be this empty. Things just felt different this morning. No sign of Ismene yet. I should probably make a start of my own. Everyone will want breakfast sooner rather than later. I took a sigh and looked at the instructions Dr. Elenius had left. Turned the stove on and began to boil a vat of water. Guess that was one way to make what we were having feel more filling. Do you read the instructions on how to do that? That feels pretty self-explanatory, to be honest, but go you, I guess. Huh. Oh. Yeah, remember what I said about... What is that in... There's something in the pot. There's like a face. Is that Shinku? That doesn't look like Shinku. It's like a flower. That's not a carrot. I was there to say, remember what I said about a carrot? Is this when we meet her again? And instead of jumping in the pond, Shinku dunks his entire head into a boiling pot of water. Could you imagine? Oh, there's another person here on the far right. Oh, this is the CG from when they were cooking. I recognize Taka. So this is Molly on the left. Okay, that's Molly. Shinku's probably here on the right side of the water, but I don't see. But Taka's at the far right. Or Shinku's in the background. Yeah, I recognize this. I knew I should be preparing the ingredients. But standing there watching the water boil was oddly engrossing. It also reminded me of the last time I properly cooked. Back then. There was so much noise and life surrounding me compared to this quiet, cold morning. I missed it. How much color life had then. How loud life was then. But I supposed that the peace and quiet was more conducive for reflection. For that I should be grateful, but...
Well, it can be your reward for helping me.
We're not doing this. Bye, I'm leaving. Goodbye, Shinky, you're on your own.
Don't be rude about it, Shinku. This is practically our child.
Say, Shinku.
Shinky Poo.
I could hear them as close as ever. Even now.
Shishi.
Shinku.
It's almost like they were...
Shishi, come on.
If he turns around and they're there, I'm actually leaving. Huh.
Come on! Quickly, Shinky Poo. Huh?
There's another similar to Akari hallucination, but we're hallucination Taka and Molly.
Come on. Don't get left behind, silly.
Okay, I'll follow the hallucinations in my mind. I'm coming.
Keep up!
They'd already run past me, giggling and full of life, rushing past before I even got an opportunity to stop them.
It would be pretty embarrassing to lose a tag. You've got this.
We'll see you on the other side, Shinku.
Okay, considering you're deceased, I'm not sure how I like the versage of other side, but I'll ignore it for the sake of brevity. They continued running into the inky darkness. I wasn't certain from what, but I got my answer when I turned around and saw her there with playing tag with Takiko. Never mind. Remember what I said about Akari? Here we are. I should start running and quick. Where am I? Okay, I'm on the top. Akari's down there. Oh god, there's Akari. Oh god. I'm not sure. Okay, not there. This. Okay, I can't see anything at all. I'm not sure if I meant to have my brightness up or not, but I cannot see a thing at all. I'm not sure where I'm going. Is it over here? I'm just gonna down. The south seems like I see a door over there. I'm gonna go for that door. That seems like a good idea to escape my haunting dreams. Is this it? Yep. Where I... Okay. I quickly ran into the room, shutting the door behind me as I did. But as soon as I tumbled through, I felt myself falling deeper and deeper and deeper down, and it all went black. It is where Ismene comes down. Are we going to have another repeat of Ismene watching us faint? Is she going to be... who is this?
Hey, Shinku,
Hey, that's Akari.
can we talk? You know, when I told you everything earlier, I thought it was because maybe you were actually interested, that you were willing to listen for once. I just wish you listened to the parts that mattered.
I felt something warm. Something Comfort then. Oh god, that is the boiling water in my body. A hand on my cheek. Thin tendrils smothering my skin. For a moment, I felt like I could stay there forever. The previous adrenaline from the game had gone. I felt at peace. I felt I was somewhere far quieter. And yet, when I opened my eyes to the tranquility, I was met with a surprise. Oh, that is... Oh, okay.
Huh?
Hey, Maiko. What are we doing? Why are we holding my face like that, huh?
Shinku! Shinku, you made it! Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried for you.
What's...
Don't you worry one bit now. You're safe here. They can't get you here.
Where is this place?
You're so silly. This place is more than you could ever know. And yet you can't even recognize it. This is the deepest part of your mind. The part you're not even aware of.
And why am I here?
The place before conscious thought. If your cerebellum is the part of your brain that dictates your actions and movements, then this is the space before it. The space that drives it. Your antebellum.
Antebellum lockdown.
In this space, you've erased all positive attributes she may have had. You've simplified your connections down to basic digestible emotions. So your guilt cannot get you here.
But that can't be good.
Here, let me help you up.
We're so excited to finally have you here.
The two lift me up into the quiet, inky black space around me. The stillness of everything was oddly soothing. It reminded me of a simpler time. A simpler place. Okay, well... Oh, wait, that Takiko. That was her execution,
Here,
right?
you don't have to worry one bit.
You can just take it easy. We're here for you now.
But I heard a faint crackling behind me as they guided me forward. I couldn't help but look back. And what I saw horrified me.
What's happening to her?
Ah, well.
She's not important. Don't concern yourself with silly, difficult little things like her.
Alright, I'll ignore the woman being burned alive. That's fine, that's
But
fine.
she's hurting. She's just stuck there like that, suffering. That's not...
She's met with a terrible, terrible fate.
Can I just say, I also really like the art style. It's very nice to look at. I'm not sure. I really enjoy it.
We ourselves could have faced the same fate. We were equally deserving of it. But your biases and perceptions saved us from it.
Yeah, I was about to say, she has the awful fate of being disliked by Shinku Zeke. Because that's clearly Takiko.
For that, I'm forever grateful. Your empathy and understanding freed us from becoming such a horrible eternal memory. Forced to always be condemned.
I did that to her?
Oh, don't beat yourself up, Shinku. You shouldn't be ashamed at all. It's only natural to have your own little biases. It's human. It's easier to remember her like this. It makes things far, far less complicated.
And isn't that what you want?
Something simple,
Something easy to understand?
something comforting.
With no rough edges, or conflicts, or anything. Come with us, Shinku.
Let's rest.
No! I can't just leave her like this. She's hurting.
Despite the tempting comfort and warmth of the quiet simplicity, I found myself breaking free of their grasp and running towards the horrible noises of her burning. Are we actually going to hear her talk, or? While what she had done was awful, she had suffered enough in life. Her situation was far more complicated than her simply either being perfect or a witch that deserved to suffer internally. I couldn't keep perpetuating her condemnation just to make my own emotions and thoughts easier to process. People were not that simple. Life was not that simple. And if I kept shoving people into boxes of good and bad, how could I ever begin to understand them? How could they ever begin to understand me? How could we ever stop feeling this terrible loneliness?
I'm sorry. You don't deserve all this. So even if it's far too late, let me free you now. Let me at least do that for you.
I've reached my hand through the flames, wincing at the pain of it all. But I endured and pushed through, ripping off the ropes that bound her and pulling her out of the blazing fire. I wonder if the fire is meant to represent the boiling water, so I wonder if we did just put our hand into the boiling water like Taka did, and then Laura's gonna be like, it's again another person who's behind the boiling water. I'm so sad. Very Laura accurate way Laura would react. Freeing her from the fate I'd condemned to Takiko in my mind. And as I did, the awful, terrible, eternal fate I'd condemned her to. Shattered all around me. And when I had completely detached her from that, freed her from that, I was met with the harrowing reflection of the foolish reality behind my biases. The one I'd let engulf and drown her. The root of all that pain, all that condemnation. The barrier that had stopped me from ever fully understanding Takiko. And the reality that I'd never tried to ever really understand you either, Akari. Are we back to the world of the living, or? Oh, what did we get? Her mouse. Oh. I just wanted you to listen. Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. I think that's the text behind her mouth. Voice obtained. So yeah, I think it's kind of ironic that I actually literally just remember about this entire side quote unquote game, like right before it actually happened. Well, we got all three pieces. I wonder what that means now. Are you gonna give me a gift to carry, or nah? We're just gonna leave it at that. Yay! Save. We love the new. How many save points there are now? Every 10 minutes. Oh my god, you're gonna pass it on me again, for God's sake. Shinku, why would you do this? Can't you pass out in front of, like, Zeke for once? Not letting me my problem. Shinku? Shinku? Ow! I found myself snapping back into reality at the sound of Ismene's voice. I blinked and looked up at her. She seemed shocked. Oh! Is something that's not the matter? Shinku! You're... I paused and looked down at my reflection. There were tears running down my face. No matter what I did, I couldn't stop them. I just kept crying. After a moment, I looked up at Ismene to speak, but only two words came out of my mouth. I'm sorry? Yeah, I'm sorry. The cooking session with Ismene was about as tense as you'd imagine it, to be honest. For a second, I thought Ismene would be like, Shinku! Now he's like, continue crying. Save the tears for someone who'll care about them. Not looking at you, not caring about you at all. I kept trying to speak to her, but the words wouldn't quite come out. But I think she was a little worried for me, despite everything. Why did she just slow down like that? He's so stupid. Oh, we're all sitting at the bottom left table. How sweet. We're all a happy family. Alora's ahead. But you take your seat at the bottom row, Alora. You don't have to stand. You're not that important. Oh, right. We're going to have another restriction implanted onto us soon enough. Right. Soon enough, everyone arrived and enjoyed their rather small breakfast, as we all settled down for Dr. Elenius to make a third decision. Well, thank you for making breakfast. I appreciate your continued collaboration. Don't worry, I just had a minor breakdown during it, that's all. Let's just hope whatever they throw us today isn't some shit that's gonna make us live in here a living hell. can't believe we haven't reached that point already, and I think you're quite resilient, Clara. Dealing with the food being gone is more than enough. I don't want any more shitty chores on my plate. Said chores are what are going to sustain our lives for as long as possible. Well, it wouldn't hurt to have a little more choice in them. I almost forgot. Here's your compensation for yesterday. Dr. Lenius passed around small tablets. Oh, I don't know why my top were like iPads. Oh my god, we got iPads. I can rush away my bed with this. Thank you. Thanks, Laurie. But no, she's always like medical tablets. Are they like nutrients or yeah? Iron tablets. It's not much, but it should help with your fatigue a bit. What kind of shitty reward is this? At least it's practical. I was probably anemic before we even started cutting down on the portion sizes. Don't know how much this is really gonna help. Well, if you have any suggestions for rewards you prefer in the future, then you're more than welcome to inform me. No one had a chance to speak up before the cat and Fu wandered into the room. Good morning once again. How are you all doing today? Good? Feeling about as good as your ex-wife did on your wedding night. So, a mix of abject horror, embarrassment, and a metric fuck ton of regret. You know, I feel like we need to tone down on the wife jokes. I don't know why we're doing it, but we need to come up with new material. Every time we insult him, we just talk about his wife. We need to think of more stuff. Not the biggest friends of you today, are we? The fuck do you think? Well, like me or not, you're stuck with his charming, timeless face for the rest of your stay here. No need to keep piling on the conditions. That alone is enough of a motive. Guess you're right. People have killed for less. Right, Laura. Ooh, you know where it hurts. Just tell us what the options are today. Very well. So, get down to business. I love it. So detached. Today, you want a wonderful option on the next murder. You can either choose the completion of the laundry room or the completion of the shower blocks. I should have the laundry room, honestly. Yeah, I think I should laundry room. I'd rather be able to shower. Even if my clothes stink, is like I'd rather my clothes be terrible rather than I be terrible. And it would probably be easier to we could also wash our clothes in the shower block, potentially. I feel like it'd be easier to wash our clothes in the shower block than wash ourselves in the laundry room, so I think we cut off the laundry room. Well, that's an easy decision, ain't it? Like, sure, it sucks not having clean clothes, but if we should have the shower block, then where are we all gonna go? Yeah, I agree with Zeke. I feel like there has to be a counterpoint for why we should shut off the shower block, but I'm sure Laura's gonna bring up another point, but here we go. It seems simple on paper, but shutting off the washing room means shutting off the incinerator, isn't it? Yeah, that was the one setback that I wasn't really thinking about. It was that I guess the incinerator is where you store all the rubbish. I mean, still, you're able to set up a fire in the garden, so I guess if you really wanted to, you could burn it there, even though that's clearly not the same and could honestly lead to worse. If we get too much smoke in the prison, that could honestly be worse. So we could throw all the trash in Liar's room and you can sleep with someone. Or Laura's room even. Or in Amelia's office, why not? I mean, or we could just choose a random room, like what about where Molly died? That might be a better place to store all the rubbish. I know, I'm just thinking of answers here. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Less places to discard evidence, at the very least. Of course you know what to discard there, you. Besides, I hated to be in that room after what I'd done. Yeah, but no incinerator means no one to dispose of the trash. Garbage is going to pile up before we know it. But we can still find ways to dispose of it, can't we? Exactly. You were able to set a campfire in the courtyard, were you not? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. With a bit of work, we could likely use that to dispose of certain things. It won't make the courtyard the most pleasant place to be, but the shower block is more necessary overall. I guess we could always hand wash our clothes. So, issues in the laundry room? Yes, it appears to be the most sensible option here. Then let's dash in the laundry room. Ta-da! You're making these decisions pretty quick. I'm almost impressed. The last three have seemed fairly sensible to me. It's good to see someone so confident in their decisions. That is no surprise. You're real good at making split-second decisions at the moment, and you're very good at making decisions that's going to ruin your life for several years, so what's worse? Fu smiled at Dr. Elenius warmly before approaching the door with Modern Echo, humming to himself under his breath. Have fun with your labor, kids. I'll see you here again at the same time tomorrow. Try to wake up on time. I don't know about you all, but the limited portions are making me tired. I wonder how long you can keep all this up. Well, guess only time will tell. Fu let out a small chuckle and left with the cat. What is his problem? God, he's so weird. Weird is a very generous term to describe Fu with what we know. Weird is a very nice term. Just try to ignore him. Honestly, I do like how he's roasting the hell out of you. I kind of support him for that. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to ignore that. Just try to ignore him. He's intentionally trying to provoke you. Nothing he has to say holds any weight. Now, let's get on with delegating tasks for today. Firstly, me and Saint Teal were not able to complete all our preservation tasks yesterday, so I'll be continuing trying to preserve our fresh foods today, and potentially trying to see what we can make with the flour that was grounded yesterday. For a second, I thought she was going to pair herself up with Asuka again, and Asuka was going to scream. But no, who's she going to pair? She's been up with me and Asuka, which leaves Ismene, Lyra, and Zeke. So if she doesn't want Zeke and Lyra to be together, she's going to go with one of those two. So what if Laura goes with Zeke, Lyra goes with Ismene, and I go with Asuka? Sorry, there isn't that much. That's fine. We can attempt to grind some more another day. No, she's gonna go with Lyra, so that means we're gonna go with Zeke? Oh, that's gonna be fun. Chateau, if you can accompany me in the preservation of efforts today, that would be appreciated. Aye, Captain. Let's jam that shit. Or fry that, or whatever. Cersei, Saint Teal, you'll be maintaining the crops in the courtyard today. Again, in all due respect, yesterday I was preserving yesterday as well. If you repeat a task, you can more easily demonstrate to the other person in your pair how to complete it successfully and efficiently. And quite frankly, I'm not certain if the maintenance was particularly high quality yesterday, considering what I've heard of you and Elias's disagreements, let's just say. Not my fault she was being a bit... Asuka snapped their gaze over to Ezekiel almost immediately easily. I don't know why I said this in Asuka's voice. I guess I've just become one with Shinku's mind. It's unreasonable. There. Was that so hard? You found a new word for your lexicon. Oh, really? I was the unreasonable one. Laura, in all due respect, I think I had every right to say what I did with how he's been acting. I'm electing to not get involved here. Regardless, trust that you two will not be partnered together in the foreseeable future if we'll impede on our collective survival. Then who am I working with? You're working with your old buddy Shinku Zeke. Dr. Elenius paused, waiting for Ezekiel to figure it out through process of elimination. No. Yes. Cautiously put my hand up the wavelet. Hey. Hey. Just as I thought, this day couldn't get any better. Better. I feel like I'm about to become homophobic. Dr. Elenius originally planned on delegating us both to do more flour grinding, but given the closure of the laundry room, she'd elected a different task for us instead, hoping to see how feasible it was to do by hand. Why does the laundry room close and have anything to do with flour grinding? Because we did that in the gym. Am I stupid? Is it because we need water? Okay, someone explain it to me. I don't understand how A plus B equals C. And that's how I ended up on the floor of the shower block, scrubbing clothes with Ezekiel Elias. This is fucking ridiculous. I shouldn't have to do this shit. Okay, even if you don't like Dr. Olenius, this is for all of our collective survival. It's best to just keep your head down and get on with it. Yeah. That's all well and good for you to say, but it's just not that. It's the whole prison. Well, yes, Zeke, I'm sure we're all getting tired of the killing game after half a year. I don't deserve to be here in the first place. I don't deserve to have to deal with all this interpersonal bullshit. I shouldn't be stuck here doing labor. You and Saint Teal Bush. Huh? The two of you are getting a little extreme about it. Why are we calling Ostica by her surname? Can you blame us? If you got lumped in torture, murder, we want to kill you prison for no good reason at all, I think you'd be pretty pissed yourself. See, don't think they're so convinced you also don't deserve to be here. For God's sake, not this again. Didn't we already do this last night? What, I already got slapped by Oscar. Do you really think you're gonna slap me? If you even try, you know what's gonna happen to you. Everyone keeps getting on my ass the last few days, acting like everything I'm doing is so wrong. Or they're randomly all dissing all of a sudden, and I'm tired of it. It's pissing me the hell off. Is this really what you learned from your verdict? Really? I already talked about what I think about the wordy and corrupt verdict, so I'm not gonna go into that again. I didn't need a bunch of psychos telling me I didn't do jack shit. I already knew that. I knew from day one I was in here for some bullshit reason. Well, I guess they're not complete psychos if they realize what I did wasn't a fucking crime. I'm not going to argue here. I'm just gonna shut my mouth and return to the hand washing. Hand washing? I guess you're hand washing the clothes. Yeah, fair enough. Then again, oh my god, we're gonna have some reflection. I mean, some of their own decisions in the past have been a bit weird, I guess. You guess? Are we talking about Ismene or Takiko, perhaps? I'm assuming we're thinking of Ismene. Like, well, I don't even need to say why Isabel's verdict is fucking deranged. She killed someone. She showed no remorse, and she also got wordy. I mean, you did also get people killed yourself. Yeah, it's different. I'm not on the same level as her or anything like that. It's fucking weird she got the same verdict I did. What she did was worse. Mine's more like, Takiko's or whatever. Like, can you really hold someone responsible for getting some people killed if you didn't directly kill them or whatever? Well, they did, didn't they? They voted Takiko corrupt. And I said this earlier, I think, because I think if I voted Takiko worthy and I voted Zeke worthy. Huh? She got corrupt. So I guess what she did wasn't all that justifiable. Then what makes me any different? Nothing makes you different. I don't think people just because you were sad about Mint dying, so I think that might be the main reason why people. I think people just saw that you were a good person and you had the capability of being a genuinely good person, and that's why people voted you worthy because they think you were able to grow from it. However, in Takiko's case, she had been kind the whole time, but it came off as kind of fake. So when people saw that she did something bad in the past, I think it was easier for them to say that, well, she's been acting kind of fake, so this bad thing proves she's actually a terrible person. She's terrible beneath all of it. Well, I don't think that's the case, but I think that's the main difference, the people's perception of you two. I suppose it's more about the intent. You guys have different situations at the end of the day. Did you even realize what you were doing? I did, yeah. I guess I didn't really care in the moment if they died. I didn't know them personally. I wasn't attached. And I liked it. Being on top, I mean. Especially after a life of being beaten down. forced to be the little guy, belittled and broken at any opportunity. Felt good to be untouchable. Untouchable? If you ask me, he was one of the most fragile people I knew, and I'm Shinku Zeke. Yeah, somewhere where no one can hurt you. If everyone thinks you're the strongest, no one will bother messing with you. No one will question you if you're the big man on top. No one will bother getting close enough to you to eventually hurt you. Jesus Christ, I could not believe I was about to do this for Ezekiel Elias, of all people, but I thought I could test my luck, even just a little bit. If he instantly decides to stab me in the throat, I don't have anyone else to blame but myself. But if it felt so good, why did you keep going? You knew it would kill you eventually. If you kept up at the rate you did, if life was so enjoyable, then why were you so willing to throw it away like that? I don't know. It was fucking awesome. I should have felt great. I should have. I think you do know. Just, I guess, even if it felt good in the moment, the world was still as fucked up as it always was. If I stopped, I'd just get eaten alive again. I'd get totally forgotten and thrown to the wayside. So, that's why I had to continue. But even you are not that stupid. You've had Asuka, Lyra, and Ismene practically screaming it in your ear. If you keep on this power trip, you're just going to push away everyone you do care about. Bunch of posers. If they can't handle me, then that's on them. There's no way you believe that. There's no way you think if you suddenly change your entire how you've been acting and they get upset, it's their fault and not yours. There's 3 people saying it to you, Zeke, and you're the common denominator in this situation. It's better to be alone than left in the end, as far as I'm concerned. That shit's for cowards. Ezekiel, why do you think they can't handle it? Really think about it. I don't want to. I shouldn't have to suddenly change the way I've lived half my life when there's really nothing wrong with it. I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the shirt Ezekiel was scrubbing to pull him close to me, forcing him to look at me. Ezekiel, if you do not get your act together before it's too late, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. You're one to say that. Exactly. You do not want to end up like me. Trust me. And are you so up in your head about being the biggest man that you'll only hear it from another guy? Even from one as pathetic as me? I cannot believe for one moment that I'm trying to help someone like you. But if you're not going to take it from me, take it from Asuka. You don't want to end up pushing away the last people you have left, or regret all the time you spent putting people you care about through pain just to protect your ego. Especially if they're gone before you have a chance to make it right. So if you're going to think about anything in your life, think about this. Jesus Christ, I think I'm kind of moved, to be honest, Shinku. I didn't think you ever had it in you. Well, I guess I should call you Sam. I don't want to. Why not? Are you that much of a coward? Yes, I am, okay? Are you happy? You win. You all win. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You can all celebrate. You can all knock me down, just like you've always done. I'm... Oh, God. I was acting big and strong. But in the end, I'm too much of a coward to even get the guts to kill myself. Do you think this makes me happy? It doesn't. None of this shit makes me happy. But I can't. I can't think about it too hard to see. Because if it's all pointless, if it's all just to protect my fragile fucking ego, then they all died for nothing. And I was just helping repeat the same goddamn cycle that made my life so hellish as a kid. Okay, I did not expect that. I did not expect the scene to get so emotional so quickly, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay. I do actually like how Shinku was stepping up for Zeke, trying to show him that he's already lost everything, and even though he hates Zeke, he doesn't want him to lose everything like he did. And he's showing him, if you think I'm pathetic, if you continue what's going on, you're going to end up exactly like me. And I think that's like Lyra gave Shinku the wake up call he needed last night. I think that's enough to get. I think Zeke thinking he's going to turn into Shinku would be enough. It should be enough of a wake up call for him to realize what he's doing is wrong. And he's clearly realized what he's doing is wrong. But all that matters is if he's going to take action to change it. I didn't read that. Oops. God. What was I even chasing in the first place? How the hell did I get wordy? Is it seriously that normal that no one saw a problem with it? It wasn't that nobody saw a problem with it. It was the fact that people saw you and thought you had the ability to change. What you did was wrong, but that doesn't mean that you should be condemned for the rest of your life. That's what people wanted, Zeke. Before I could say anything, Ezekiel looked at me with an expression I'd never seen him make before. Pure, unfiltered shock. Shinku. Oh my god, he actually called him Shinku. When I was Como voice acted, the man said Shinku. That was a mistake, but he actually called him by Shinku. What the hell is wrong with the world? With these people? Well, they are tuned into what a death stream, so... Okay, now's not the time to be a smartass. I'm kind of, a little bit of getting a tiny bit of respect for you, so like maybe don't be a dickhead right now. But no outside person's view should dictate how you behave or act, whether it be the audience or the industry. If seeing Taka didn't get that through your head already, you should be living for yourself, to meet your own expectations. Only you can decide how you want to live. If you ask me, I think it would be pretty stupid if you couldn't think for yourself, and only followed how other people told you to act. For God's fucking sake, it really pisses me off when you of all people make good points. We just need to get out of here pronto. We can't just wait around for a rescue party. That's obviously not coming at this point. But the fuck the washing. It can wait. Honestly, I sort of kind of agree. I don't know how many changes of clothes we have, but we should be focused on getting out of here because we're just standing here waiting for something that, like I said before, it's been 6 months. Someone isn't going to save us. It'd be foolish to bet on someone saving us. If we bet on that, someone is going to die. It is much more likely someone's going to survive if we take action and look for a way out. Even if it's very unlikely that's going to work, it's exponentially more likely of everyone getting out here alive if we do that. I know you're more than happy playing Jesus pet and barking at Alicia's every demand, but I'm not. We're gonna stand up and do for once. Something actually good. You're coming or not? What are you even planning on doing? It's all well and good to say you want to act, but realistically, what can we do? We're going into the sewer system. Oh, okay, that's fine. Ever wonder what Fu spends his days doing now? What do you mean? Okay, so if Fu is part of the killing game, he's obviously off somewhere. So if we find Fu, we could find a secret passageway and we can get out. I see. He just seems to be wandering about and fucking around. All he seems to spend his time doing is finding us alone occasionally to fuck with us. I want to figure out what he's been doing when he's not just coming up to us to be a little shit. I mean, surely if he does have a hand in this, then he can't be in the main part of the prison constantly. There must be somewhere he uses as a base of his operations. Exactly. And there must be some way to access it from inside the prison. So, if we can figure out where the hell that is, we might be able to start actually doing shit to get out. It's risky, but if we follow him around, we might be able to see if he goes anywhere. Right. So, you coming or not? I really don't want to get turned out with any of shit. I don't want him to be mad at me. I'm concerned about her seeing us as potentially going against her, and do you want to let the people you do still care about die in a shithole like this? Or do you want to stand up and do something to help potentially make steps towards getting out, Sam? Well, Shinku, we called you Shinku once, and now you've lost that privilege, so if you want to get his respect back, you know what to do. Even if you fucked things up with Isabel for the rest of your life, it would be a damn shame if you couldn't at least get her out of here. You owe her that. You owe David. I'm sorry, I don't think he's ever called Dracul that name, but calling Dracul David is... I just wasn't ready for that. Okay. You owe David that, if he even deserves it. Him and Asuka were really rubbing off on one another. We could always wait until later. Shinku... Honestly, if I was in this situation, I'd follow Zeke out of the laundry room. No way. He knows we're all preoccupied right now. So if he's going to use anything indoors, he might have it, whatever, it'll be now. I suppose if Dr. Eleni's end goal is getting us all out alive, she won't be too upset if we do something and try and find our escape. But the reward, if we don't do our task, we're not going to get a reward tomorrow. Shinku, our reward today was iron tablets. Get your head in the game. Exactly. You get it. Come on. We don't want to lose our opportunity here. I still felt a little uneasy about it, but even so... Okay. I conceded and followed Ezekiel out of the shower block quietly. I was apprehensive, but I just hoped we wouldn't get caught. Well, Ismene and Asuka are in the garden, and Alora and Lyra will be in the canteen. So as long as we stay in the east side of the prison and the main hallway and the dorms and Amelia's room, we should be fine. We shouldn't get caught. As long as we're not loud and they don't hear us do anything weird, we should be okay. If you told me this morning I'd be colluding with Ezekiel of all people, I wouldn't believe you at all. I mean, to be fair, I feel like the most reliable place to first go would be the warden's office where Amelia is, because that's the most sensible place to put something like that. Amelia wouldn't allow you anywhere near it, and even if you found it, you wouldn't be able to get past Amelia without her doing something to hurt you. So I feel like that's just the safest bet. Also, another fact that proves there's a secret passageway is that the janitor... we never see the janitor during the day, and he's always here in the night, and he always hides somewhere, and we only see him once every couple of months, so... he must be going somewhere. So where'd we go? East Prison. But life seems to always find a way to surprise you. Don't tell me... oh wait, he's talking about Zeke. Now there he is. Just down the hall there. We got him. Let's get in the corner. We don't want him spotting us. Like you told me, get your head in the game. We are stealth. We are pumas. Why the fuck are we pumas? It was the first obscure animal I could think of, and it sounded cool, so let's run with it. Okay, but I'm just gonna ignore that. He seems to be carrying something. The fuck is that? I don't know. He's so far away, it's practically impossible to get a good look. Is he holding a gun? He's going up the stairs. We should probably follow him. We don't want to lose sight of him. Okay, but we can't go through the canteen. Lyra and Dr. Lennius are in there currently. Think he's going in to antagonize them or some shit? Huh. Oh, I just realized where we are. We're in the top right. For some reason I thought we were in the bottom left, because that's where the shower block is, but no, we're here in the top right by the corner. That's actually hilarious. We're just both standing there. Oh my god, see, maybe we should hold hands. I'd rather fucking shoot myself. If Drew was holding a gun, I'm sprinting over him just to kill myself. You say that again, Shinku. Don't test me. Whew. I do enjoy this plan. I do like taking action instead of just waiting. Seems to be all he does these days. Can't do anything else with his pathetic life. Although, the other day, when me and Dr. Elenius were first sorting out the farming patches, the weirdest thing happened. He came and helped us with the farming. Made sure we did it all properly so the vegetables wouldn't die. And I'm guessing Zeke is about to say the same thing, because Ismene and himself were doing the exact same thing yesterday. What? That's weird as hell. As all hell. Is he really that stupid? What's the point of taking away the food restocks, then helping us get food anyway? Is he dumb? I don't think so. Not in that way, at least. But I can't figure out why he did it. I feel like I can't get a read on anything he does these days. Then again, recently, nothing anyone does seems to make any sense to me. Welcome to my world. One day, you'll be all body with someone, fixing their wounds, hiding the fact that they have an infection. Next day, they'll be screaming slurs doing attack therapy, just 'cause you pushed them in front of them during lunch. Weird-ass world we live in. Makes it a lot easier just want to fuck it all, and never connect with anyone again. And yet, you still did, huh? Guess it felt like less of a prison here than it did back there. But focus, Sam. Keep your eyes on him, and he should be far away enough that we can slip into the hallway without being spotted. I mean, it is a straight hallway, so there is only so many places. It wouldn't be that hard for him to spot us. All right. And try to shut up a bit more. Got it? If you keep running the mad of yours, we're bound to get caught. You know, you can admit that you enjoyed a conversation's sake. If you really felt that way, you would have shut me up immediately. So I'll take happiness in the fact that you were enjoying a conversation, albeit however slight it was. But you're the one doing most of the talking? We quietly snuck our way up the stairs to the hallway. But when we did... Shit! No sign of him. We lost him. Well, there's only so many places he could have gone. He either went into Warren's office or the prison cells. If he went to the canteen, there's nothing we can do about it, because if we went there, we'd get caught and then they'd get mad at us. So if he went there, then it's game over anyway. So we may as well check the 2 other locations. Maybe this is where his exit is? Fair chance. There's so little here, I think we'd have noticed it long ago if he was in this hallway. More likely he went to the common room, into Emily's office, or to the canteen. And we can't exactly go through to the canteen right now, cause, you know. I guess our plan here is a little limited. If his exit point is on the west side of the lab, we won't be able to follow him anyway. The only way over there is through the canteen. And I don't think Dr. Lennius will be pleased to know we're snooping about. I just don't know where to go to her. We could try looking in the common room or office. And if he's not there, well, there is one way to get to the west side without going to the canteen, the sewage system. The fuck's that? The same way that Taka took. Well, it's a little morbid, but remember Taka? Oh, fuck, no, I'm not doing that. That would be insane. Also, it's fucking sewage, Shinku. We've already lost the laundry room. If I jump in these clothes, I don't have any more clothes for the rest of my stay here. God, no. Weren't you the one talking about stepping up and doing things to make sure people get out of your life? To make it up for them being shitty? Well, I'm not getting all swept up in the sewage system. Especially not after we just lost our fucking washing machines. God, you already smell horrendous anyway, Ezekiel. It really wouldn't make much difference. Oh, so now you've suddenly grown a spine, and I'm more than happy to say this shit to my face, huh? Ezekiel, be quiet, you're going to... What exactly is going on out here? And I literally just realized that this might be where Laura takes the handcuffs. Well, this is a sign and a half. He started this. Yes, blaming me like that will change anything. It was clear Ezekiel still had a long way to go before he'd fully change. Said anything. You two should be in the shower room doing your designated task instead of sneaking around and getting into pointless arguments. Doctor Lennius, I promise you, we were just taking a small break. We were going to head back. We were just trying to follow. If we all patiently ignored our responsibilities and labor here, this prison would fall apart before we know it. Only with collaboration can we survive this. Yeah, right. I think the prison is going to be fine if you have to wait 1 more day for clean laundry. I don't think that's going to kill anyone. It's the principle of it. I think you're being a little too harsh here. If I'm not harsh when it comes to this, then before I know it, all of my attempts to maintain order here will be undermined. I sort of understand what she's saying. If she's leaning into here, then she might be leaning towards other things, and then the whole thing would be destroyed. Even though I kind of think that... I don't know. We cannot afford to lose this final chance of survival, no matter what. I'm doing this for the good of everyone. Or are you just doing it to protect your own integrity? Huh? Few stepped out from the stairs leading to the common room, out into the hallway, looking at the group of us gathered. If you make enough good decisions now, enough decisions to save as many people as possible, Do you think you'll make up for that one terrible decision you made just a few weeks ago? What do we see if you have? Because I'm scared he has like a gun or handcuffs and he's gonna point it at Laura or someone, one of the few people standing in his vicinity. And I say few, but a majority of the people in his prison are standing here right now, so that's, yeah. That's not what no, no. I need to stay calm in this situation. I'm not bothering with anything you have to say. It's all unproductive and only said with the intention of provoking us. Elias, Kutski, can you at least tell me what you two are doing out here? Why did you stop doing your test? Well, it's kind of awkward to say that when Fu is here, so I think I'm not going to say anything. I looked over at Ezekiel and then over at Fu. Even if it didn't work out this time, there was a chance following Fu might still work in the future. We couldn't possibly disclose what we were already doing in front of him. Then he'd grow wise to it, if he hadn't already. And in a shocking moment of common sense for Ezekiel, I think he recognized it too. Okay, that was a bit unnecessary, and we were just talking about harshness, and here we go. We were just trying to get medicine stores to swap a bottle of the iron tablets you gave us for painkillers. I wanted to make sure we had some stashed away for Lai's sake, and Asu's injury, if you ever made true on that threat of revoking them. I wanted to give them to them both, so they'd have complete control over that stuff, no matter what. Huh, well, I think it was nice knowing you, buddy. You're about to get fucked up by Laura, so good luck. I felt like he could have made a lie that would have given him a little less scrutiny, but anything less than that would have probably been caught out due to how we reacted to getting caught. And you were in on this too, Kutski? Yes. I'm disappointed. No, don't be disappointed in me, Laura. Why would you? I thought at least you would trust me enough to not undermine my authority. Undermine her authority is crazy. I'm sorry. I would never intentionally do something that would put any of you in danger. I do not know how many times I need to say it before you understand it. All I am trying to do is ensure we all stay alive for as long as possible. That's not an unreasonable goal if you ask me. Well, I don't think it's unreasonable for some of the people here in this prison not trust you fully. But there's a difference between living and thriving. All of us can only really thrive when we're out of this environment. If we have to wait here for months until a rescue party comes, then that's just what we'll have to do. At what point do you give up and realize they're not coming? If no one's found us by now, they'd probably stop looking. It's better than mindlessly slaughtering someone. Is it though? Is it really? I think you need to ask the questions. Is it better to live here for the rest of our lives, not knowing when anyone can come help us, than it is to kill someone and try and get out? Is that really? I see both sides. I don't think it's as easy as Laura's making it out to be, as easy a decision. But to ensure that, we need to all collaborate. I need you all to trust me. A small breach like this is not the end of the world. You're right. But it sets a precedent for being uncooperative, which can be detrimental in the future. I'm not happy about being brought to the point, but I'll be producing your portions for lunch and dinner. I hope that helps you to reconsider your actions and to be mindful about complying in the future. Now, I don't think we should be doing that at all. I don't think we should be reducing people's food for not doing exactly what you're saying. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. That's crazy. We barely did shit. Yeah, no, sorry. What the hell? Isn't this the very thing you said you weren't going to do? If you're going to perceive me as unreasonable and authoritarian, no matter what I do, then I might as well be as straight as you believe me to be. Well, no, because that is the one thing you shouldn't do. You shouldn't snap and become authoritarian. Now you just proved them right. What are we doing, Laura? No. I do not want to do this, but I cannot, in good conscience, allow things to fall apart here. We need to maintain an order, or someone else will die. They literally just didn't wash clothes. It's not that big of a deal. And I cannot allow that. Not again. Dr. Elenius, please. That is all I have to say to you. Now, resume your washing, or at least complete what you started. We'll be reconvening shortly in the canteen. I'll see you again then. Chattel, let us continue our task. Right. Yeah, sure. Dr. Elenius turned and walked back into the canteen. Lyra lingered behind her for a little bit, mounting us a thank you before she slipped away after her. What the hell is her issue? That was quite a lot. I feel awful, like I've upset a teacher. Well, now you just confirmed that you are a teacher's pet. Hush, don't feel bad. I knew Ashley was right about her. She's probably just Shinku, just limiting your access to food. It's a little more distress at that point, don't you think? It's not an impulsive action if she thinks about it and continues to do it. What are we doing? She's probably just stressed. You didn't make it sound like we were trying to do something pretty severe. I said what I had to say. Huh? Oh, what were you actually trying to do? None ya. What's that? None your business, jackass. Go back to having your tongue deeper in a bottle of whiskey than it was inside your ex-wife. That was immature and stupid. Ezekiel flipped him off as the two walked off. I do enjoy that because if Fu was quote unquote older, he doesn't recognize the joke. Even though I feel that's a pretty old joke. I'm pretty sure people who are in their 30s have heard that before. But who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong about that. But it was oddly nice to not have that trick used on me this time. Not that I'd fall for it again. Obviously not. I'm not that stupid. But I was a little dumbfounded at how harsh Dr. Elenius was being. But in her defense, she must be under a lot of pressure. I just didn't really appreciate having my portions further reduced. I mean, I'm skinny enough as is. I kind of need as much food as I can. We returned back to the washroom to wrap up our work and didn't talk too much, but Ezekiel did say one last thing to me. Guess we'll just have to try again another time. We can't. We'll get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. We'll just have to be sneaky about it. Don't be a coward. Huh. Well, I guess if you don't yap as much this next time, we won't get caught. Oh, shut the. I'm this close to slapping you, Shinku. I don't care if we have to starve. We gotta get out of this place, man. Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? Why screw everything? I hate everything, but. The meeting when we reconvened was a little awkward, but I set it up until my punishment without making much of a fuss. Well, if we're not going to get into the meeting, then I'm hoping that free time is next, so I can save and end the video, and I don't have to go through a lot of dialogue. But if we go into another scene, I'm just going to end the video here. I'm letting you know. I knew even if Ezekiel was trying better now to not let his verdict get to his head, he was still Ezekiel at the end of the day. And he would absolutely kick up a fuss about it at tonight's meeting when we were away from the prying eyes of Dr. Elenius. I felt her gaze heavily on me throughout the meeting. I couldn't help but feel like I'd done something wrong by breaking her trust like that. But even more so, I noticed Fu looking at me after the meeting. When I made my way back to my cell. Wait, is he in my cell? No, he was in the common room, probably. I couldn't quite read what was in his eyes, but my hunger and tiredness made me unwilling to engage with him at that moment. It was just clear that there was something he considered saying to me. Maybe he had noticed me and Ezekiel sneaking around earlier. Or maybe he was going to offer me some food. Wouldn't that be nice? I feel you turned in really. Thank you so much. Either way, I tried not to think about it too hard about it. I had the afternoon off to spare before dinner and the evening meeting. I would just spend it hunkered down. But I wanted to do something to distract myself from my current state of hunger. Maybe I could find someone to talk to? Considering how he only said talk to, I doubt there's going to be anyone in the common room to do some nice events, but I may as well check before I end the video. Anyone here for some fun events? Any sleepovers? I don't feel confident about that. Nope. So I guess we're going to hang out tomorrow. So that's going to be the end of this episode. In tomorrow's episode, we're going to do the rounds, talk to everyone, get rejected by a lot of people, maybe get accepted by one or two. And yeah, that's all. And well, obviously that's not all. We're going to go further into the story and all that and stuff. But that's what I know is going to happen. I will say I really enjoyed the moment with Zeke. I think it was long due. Well, not long due, but I'm glad it happened because I feel like the Shinku and Zeke moment had to happen eventually, and I'm glad it came. And I'm really glad the story brought up the similarities between Takiko and Zeke, and how only one got worthy and one got corrupt. And I'm just very intrigued and love the fact that how they talked about the similarities between the two. And like I said, I don't think worthy means what you did was justified, but it means that you deserve a second chance. And I do think Takiko deserves that second chance. And I also believe that Zeke deserves that second chance. And that's all I'm going to say on that. And I do think it's interesting how Laura has definitely become more and more authoritarian. And I do think of reason being like, well, since you all think I'm authoritarian no matter what I do, I may as well embrace that role. Like, no. If everyone thinks you're a murderer, you shouldn't murder someone just to prove them right. Like, don't do that. I do think the handcuffs are going to be pulled up very soon. I actually wouldn't be surprised if she finds out about the midnight meeting we've been having later today and she handcuffs somebody or locks it in Amelia's office. Something bad is going to happen soon with Laura. Lyra called her out on it. Zeke and Shinku called them out on it. It's not going to be a good time for Laura. I think my victim prediction is still Fu, all things considered. Considering just how the chapter's been playing out and how Fu has been doing some weird things. I'm not sure if it's going to be revealed that she's not working with the game sooner rather than later, but right now I do think he's going to be the victim. It's my second victim prediction will probably be Laura, but I hope she does make it. I hope she is a survivor, just because I feel like it'd be so interesting to see a killer make it to the end and survive despite everything she's in the past. But yeah, with that said, oh no, it's locked. No, I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to. Okay, yeah. But with that said, we're gonna end the episode here. There's nothing else for me to say. I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. Bye-bye. Ooh, Ishin feel already love that.